Welcome everyone, my name is Susan and this is The Great Create. Today we are going to do some underwater creatures. I'd like to tell you that I got all my ideas from Pinterest, and our first item we're going to make is our crab puppet. As you can see, we have the body, which I have a template here. There are 8 legs, and I will show you how to do the legs in a moment. We also have the claws, 1, 2, and the claws, 1, 2, okay? Then we have the eyes, 2 pieces of paper for the eyes, and I decided to use Google Eyes, but if you want you can draw a picture out of white paper and just color it in with black marker or a black pencil or a black crayon, and there's our eyes. Alright, so let's get started. As I showed you, this is our template, and here we have the beginning of our crab. So we're going to cut it out this way, then fold it, and that's going to be the head. Okay, so to do the legs, we do 8 strips, and we fold under, over, under, over, under, over. Very simple to make the legs. Do need our glue, okay? And of course I forgot to tell you we need our popsicle stick to make our puppet. So I'm going to show you how to glue the legs on. Just make a few little dots here. We need 1, 2, 3, 4 on one side. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so you can see, tap, tap, tap. And then on the other side, we'll do 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. One. And if you have trouble folding the legs, if you have an older person there with you in your house, they can help you. It's not that difficult. Okay, so we have our 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Then we take the body, and we're going to put a little bit of glue just up here where the head part is. Not too much. And fold that over. Press it down lightly and fold this part up like that. Okay. Just let that dry. Okay. Now we're going to do our claws. So we'll just put him over here. 1, 2, and you just cut out a circle. And in the circle, then you just cut out a triangle. So take a little bit of glue here for our claw, and a little bit of glue here for the other claw. Tap, tap, tap. Okay, good. Bring our lobster back. We're going to need a little bit of glue here. And just stick that as close to the head as possible. Whoops. Get it in there. There we go. Tap, tap, tap. And again, glue a little bit here. And again, as close as you can. Tap, tap, tap. And as I told you before, the glue will dry clear. So if you mess it up a little bit, not to worry. Okay. All right. Then we have the last section, which are the eyes. So again, we take a little bit of glue, not very much, just a little bit, like that. Stick one on that side, stick one on this side, and sometimes you can get Google eyes that have sticky on them. This was a pre-stuck one, so I'm going to put him just right like that. Whoops. Put a little bit more glue. I didn't have quite enough. But this Google eye did not have any glue, so I have to put a little bit of glue there. Keep our head folded up. Put our eyeball there. Perfect. All right, then the last step is the stick, and you just put a little bit more glue on the stick. Spread it out. Lift up and just stick it anywhere in the middle here or close to the middle. Hold it for a couple of seconds. And here we have our lobster puppet. Once that glue sticks a little bit further on, a little bit further there we go. There's our lobster. All right. Okay, our next fish we're going to make, again, comes from Pinterest. And it's very simple. If you have a paper plate, this one is a foam plate. It works just as well. I have a great big huge Google eye, but you can use any size you want. And then for the colored part, what we did was we cut up many different colors of paper. This particular one here has tissue paper, but I didn't have any tissue paper, so colored paper or construction paper, you can cut it into squares, you can cut it into shapes that look like a fin, or you can just rip up the paper. For you little guys, rip up your construction paper and glue it on. And then of course we have our our tail fin, and we have the bottom fin and the top fin. Okay, so out of the paper plate, I have already cut my fin for the back. So we're going to use our glue again and glue quite a lot because we want it to stay in place. Turn our plate over and position it the best you can. It's going to slide a little bit, but that's okay. Stick it out just a little bit further, maybe like that. Okay. All right. I have my two fins that I cut out. So remember, we have our top fin and our bottom fin. So again, we take our glue. And this craft is good for all ages. You little guys will like it for sure. Okay. So take that and stick it right underneath here and hold it in place. Good. And then take the bottom piece and take a little bit of glue, not too much. And we're going to glue it here. That will dry clear, not to worry. Whoops, I don't have quite enough. A little bit more. There we go. Okay, so our fish is ready to decorate. So let's take all our colors, and the best way to do this, I find, first of all, I want to glue my eye on because I want to make sure that I don't put my colors over, my colored paper over my eye. So the best way to do this is just take the glue, and you can have lots of fun with the glue, just all the way around, blah, 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 like that. all over the paper plate or the foam plate, up on the top. Glue, glue, glue. Perfect. Okay. And it doesn't matter what order you put the paper on, it's going to look perfect. Try to use as many different colors as you can. But of course, fish come in all different sizes, shapes, and colors. And as you can see, it's so easy. Once you have the glue in place, just pat it down. All your different colors. Tissue paper works well, but just remember, girls and boys, tissue paper will color your hands. So remember not to stick your hands in your mouth until you're finished, and then wash them very carefully under the sink with warm water and lots of soap to get the tissue paper color off your fingers. Okay, so we cut up lots of different colors here, lots of different squares. And as you can see, our fish is looking wonderful. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, I'm just going to put a little bit more glue up around the eye here so that I can stick a few more colors close to the eye. There we go. And I'm going to put one little bit here under the eye too. Okay, perfect. All right, so we still have more on the fin, on this section to go, here and here. Okay. Now actually the fin should be sticking out just a little bit further. So we're going to hold the fin out. I think because this is foam, it's not sticking as well as it should. Paper would stick better, a paper plate. But it will dry, and just use up the last little colors we have here for the fin. So we glued our tail on, and here we have our wonderful fish. All right, we have one more fish to make. Our last fish we're going to do is a really cool one, the accordion fish. Again, from Pinterest. So what we need for this one, we need our piece of paper for the body, and in order to do that, we're going to fold it over and over and over and over and over, just like an accordion. Press it down nice and tight, give it a good press, and then fold it out for the body. We're going to cut out a head like this. You can use any color you want for a fish. Fishes are many, many different colors, especially tropical fish. And then of course we have our tail fin, and cut out a tail fin. If you have someone that can trace it for you or draw it freehand, that's great. And then of course we have our fin that's going to go right there. Okay, so those are all the sections we need. And of course we need our eye, our Google eye. Now this particular Google eye is one that is already it's got sticky on the back, so I'm going to put the eye right there. I'm going to take my glue and just go straight down here for the head. This is another very simple craft for you younger ones. They just might need some guidance with the glue. So we're going to glue our head on here. Stretch it out a tiny little bit. Take our fin and glue it a little bit here. And I think I'm going to stick that right about there. Stretch them out just a little bit more. Take the tail fin and glue it here because we want the tail fin to stick out. So we're going to glue underneath the body and press carefully. Remember, the glue will dry, clear, not to worry. What we're going to do, if you have a pencil or a magic marker or a crayon or whatever, whatever. We're just going to put a little bit of decoration on the fin like that. And I think this little guy, I'm going to make tiny little circles to decorate his head. You can decorate it any way you want. Paper, crayons are good, markers are good, pencil crayons are good. Just going to give him a little bit more decoration for our accordion fish. Give him a little bit more there and there and there. And here we have our accordion fish. And he can move this way and this way. All right, that's it for the Great Create today. Please join us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram to find out what our wonderful programs are we offer. Also, www.whitbylibrary.ca. You can bring up more programs that we offer. That's it for today. Bye for now.